Good viewers, we've got a New Zealand made Frigidaire fridge. Kind of early to mid 60s I think this one. I like this style. Had one similar to this on our old farm. A bit newer though. This one here is a little newer. It's currently getting a regas. We have a little repair here. Had the same pitting in the evaporator as my Pope fridge has, so it's had that same repair done. I've got a lot of R152a, so I'm going to regas it with that and see how it goes. So this aluminium is actually been pitted. I can't see any stab wounds, but it's actually pitted. Oh look, here. I better turn it off actually. I think I'm pulling air in the system. But that's actually a hole. That's not good. So I'll have to get a JB rod on that. Because that's actually a hole. Oh, I think it is a hole. What was that going to fall? Aha! Oh dear. Yep, alright. Right, there's a hole. We're pitted through. Oh well, there's a hole. JB rolled to the rescue. Now I'm pulling air in the system. Ah well. I'll have to cook that filter dryer now. I'll give it a good cook. And then put it on a hot and heat it all up. It's not humid today anyway, so it'll be alright. It's not a humid day today, but I'm going to do the standard practice anyway. We're going to I'll get some JB rod ready. I'll start mixing some JB rod. We'll fix that first. Looks like I won't do gas on this fridge today. That's alright. That's all that's wrong with it. It'll work. It'll never leak again. Yeah, it's just pulling air in the system. I'll guess that I'll put a little bit of residual. I'm not going to matter anyway. As long as I put some residual R152a in there, it's not going to matter. But I will just to be on the safe side. It's not going to hurt. It's good practice. We'll do as little air contamination remaining in the system as I can. Follow good practices. Same with David. I had one highway in it, or David Allen. Good at the standard practice. I just put gas in it. Gonna put some 152a in there, just so we don't leave it air in the system, which won't hurt, but it's best not to leave air in the system for a period of time. Particularly when you've got to set it overnight and let the JB rod cure. So we'll push this in it to push air out of the system. There's no oil coming out of there, which is good. Because at the end of the day, the JB rod's going to stick. Yeah, that's a hole there. So I'm pushing air out now. I just got a little quick sniff of R152a to push air out of the system. Oil from the compressors going all around that. Let that completely neutralising pressure. You don't want any positive pressure pushing the JB rod out of that hole. So we're going to fix that. So I've got a lot of R152a, so it's alright. Anyway, we'll get some JB rod mixed up. We'll fix this. It's a good old Tecumseh compressor. This is after the metermiser era, so they stopped with the metermisers in 1959. I think 1960 they stopped using the metermiser compressors, and they went to these Tecumseh Kirby compressors. Anyway, let's get repairing. Look at our viewers. I did a little bit of an experiment with some isopropyl alcohol and cyanoacrylate. So I've tried that, bed testing it, and it actually hardened up very quickly, and it's pretty strong. So what I've done, I've taken that JB rod off, a little bit in that hole there, what's in there is in there, and I've put cyanoacrylate on there with some alcohol over the top, let it cure. Within about 15 minutes, it's hard as a rock. So I'll give that a go for doing this sort of work and see how it goes, because I've been reading online about that. I'm looking at superglue activators, and turns out, yeah, isopropyl alcohol works quite well. because it works by the moisture. It takes the moisture out of the cyanoacrylate glue, which makes it set fast. Because alcohol takes the water out of the glue, the moisture out of it, it evaporates fast, making the super glue cure quickly. And yeah, based on my bench testing, so I thought, well, I'll try to do it on here, fix an evaporator. Sure enough, I got one spot here, which are pitted, but not all the way through, so I've just patched, stop them from getting worse. So far, so good. Actually worked quite well. I got skeptical of that first, because I've seen videos on YouTube of people fixing other radios. They want something to set in place quickly, so they can do a final repair or something before they to hold it in place, and it actually works really, really well. So I thought, well, yeah, I'll try it on this evaporator. And yeah, it's actually worked really well. That just came in my mind, so I might use the JB board. It works well too, but if you've got time to let it cure overnight, 24 hours to cure, I thought, well, based on my bench testing with a super glue drying up quickly, I try that, and that's worked quite well. Charge a bit by bit. Sure enough, it's so far so good. This fridge is 100% complete with all the bits, which I've just in the process of cleaning because it's a bit dirty. Yep, starting to sweat and getting cold there. Yep, getting cold. So these types of evaporators are very prone to pitting. Starting to get cold. So we've got one of these fridges that looks like with an evaporator like this. It looks really nice. It's actually aluminium, not stainless steel. They're actually prone to pitting, which is very odd. A lot of these old fridges died with these newer evaporators. Not much there, but I'll keep that in mind when I find more fridges with evaporators like that, because that's the exact same type of aluminium evaporator this Pope has. And it also has the had that same failure where this evaporator pitted. And yeah, there we go. That aluminium pits. Prior to joining the motors, first of all, it's rejected from heat now. Manufactured by Frigidaire, or General Motors, New Zealand, Trentham, New Zealand. But not Holden, not actually a badge just Holden in New Zealand, just in Australia. Very nice fridge. Regional compressor too, as I said, the carburetor Tecumseh compressor. Good compressors. The place where I got this from, the guy bought some old engines off this guy. He's an old engine fanatic, and I got his contacts for some parts for future projects on old engines. He was a fridgie back in the day, and he fixed a lot of these up, and Kelvinators, the meter miser Frigidaire's as well. He's got all the service tools for the meter miser compressors and the old Kelvinator compressors, which was like, oh, cool. So if I need service valves for meter miser compressors, like what goes on here, I know who to call now. Sweet. I like this design actually, where it's recessed in here. Protects this door seal. But it's all there. The rest of the parts have been cleaned. Oh, it's getting cold already. Oh, yeah, look at that. Gotta put a globe in it, no, that's better. I'll let it charge for a bit, and yeah, I'm pretty happy with it.